Alright, welcome back. Really will not be much of an update this week. I didn't get as much done as I was hoping to, but I did bring the scenery down, get this embankment, so continuing on from where we were last week. I did kind of finish up in here, over that little retaining wall, and then did this particular hill, just kind of, again, what I call kind of layer number 2. Now it's ready for shrubs and bushes and other items. I also did some mud holes there. Not sure how it shows up on video. It looks okay. I can't say it's fantastic. I colored up some of the Vallejo, kind of their acrylic earth paste. Mixed it in with just some craft paints I had to give it a darker color. And then added some of the, I'll show you in a moment what I used for that. I got a couple of other spots that might show better. Alright, so that is done along there. Over here, all I really did was just kind of an initial layer of gray, because this is all going to become a maintenance area. And I got some of that done. I did decide, I ripped out the old ballast there because I hated it. So now I can go back with the Woodland Scenics fine gray mix in there, and there you can see some more standing water. Again, I don't know how this is going to look on video. It looks okay. It's just the first layer. There's one down there, and a little one over there. Just kind of depicting it's, it's like a day or two, maybe after a thunderstorm or something like that. The initial gravel here in CP Wallace Junction, and one more area there with some standing water. And oh, I forgot, for that I used, alright, pardon me here while I reach back here. Alright, for that I tried the Vallejo Stillwater. The other one I tried the Woodland Scenics Realistic Water. I think it worked okay, but I had this for a while and I just wanted to try it, and it's very similar. Just kind of pours out, and I think it looks, like I said, okay. Probably should come back here, need to let it set for a little bit, and then try to add one more layer. And there's some laying on that ditch along that road. So that's that. So that's really all I did on here, because what I have been doing is actually working on the bridge. Now this won't be a bridge update, because I'll have that on the on our extra section channel with an update on the bridge build. But I did get far enough along, and I wanted to bring it over and just test fit it. And as you can see, I also did scenic this area, because I'm trying to push to get this whole area done. So this is an area where I used a Silflor mat. It's I think that's actually one of these. That's this high pasture spring, but I don't really think that's quite, I think it's actually more like a moorland or something like that. Got that done. In through there, some dirt spots, and blended it in with some of the Heki Wildgrass and a couple other Decograss things there, just to kind of bring it all together. Added some in here, and so I'm going to put some of that water in there as well. Just worked on that, and then of course the back area there, I added a lot more ground fall in there. I'm going to put some trees in there. And every wooded area I see has tons of ground fall and stuff. So I'm going to have some trees here and here. Obviously here to kind of block off that section there. Did a little bit of, I don't know how well it's going to show. Work around here. There's some static grass. Again, this is going to be the area. This is just the initial coat covering there. You got some mud spots where folks pull in and do some fishing. And worked on this side as well, up that embankment. And then for the bridge, I have it test. It's just sitting there right now, trying to determine how I might have to shim it. It looks like I will somewhat. I was off, but then again, the bridge shoes still have to go on there, so I probably ought to wait till I get the bridge shoes in to really determine exactly how I'm going to get that all figured out. But I wanted to get it set in, make sure it fits, which it does. Determine kind of the height, make sure I can get lined up with the track. And I'm probably going to use some of the Fast Track's PCB board ties and actually solder them to the rail. Maybe try to get it. I'm not sure. I might make the bridge all one piece. I know you can build it so that the top truss comes off, but I might go ahead and make it all one, and then even over at the workbench, you know, add in, use the jig, the Fast Tracks jig if I can, and solder the rails in, and then solder the guardrails, and might make it a little bit easier to work. Alright, so I got that done. Like I said, that's just sitting there temporarily now, because obviously I still got to work on the pond. That's kind of a mess. I'm not sure what that is there, but I got to get that painted and work on that. And then I just came down this side, again working the embankment, basically until I ran out of material, which I did. I ran out again, so I had to order more. But I did get up, kind of up around this little corner here. So that's, again, kind of layer. I can't even call it two, because I ran out of some of the stuff I wanted to use. I still want to do a little bit more blending along here, and then adding some of the, you know, the secondary stuff in there. So I still got a lot of work to do there. I got the gravel done, gravel ballast, the initial down there, and that is pretty much it. Again, I was hoping to get over here, but I ran out of goodies, so I'm going to have to go back and buy some more. I did get a little bit of the initial shoulder ballast in on that, and we're going to start working back through here. So unfortunately did not get as far as I had hoped, but again, part of it was spent, you know, working on the bridge, and now that is kind of test fit in there, and I want to get this area pretty much done, obviously get the pond done, and then when I'm finished the bridge, bring the bridge in and pretty much be done with the area. So I like to get all that worked. That's why I decided to concentrate on here as opposed to working up the peninsula. So that really is it for this week, and unfortunately I have even some more travel coming up, but I can place some orders for some material. I might continue and get the bridge glued up, get the truss. Obviously that's not near done. Let that sit for several days so it's ready for when I come home to almost get the thing wrapped up. I'm still a ways away, but hey, it looks like a bridge. Alright, so that is it for this week. No run by this week. I need to get this up and posted because I got other things going on, so we'll try to get some other train watching type stuff done next time, but that is going to be it for this week. So thanks for watching, and we'll keep updating this as long as we get some work done. Take care, everybody. Have a great week.